Hey guys, what's up? It's Vito324. This is another episode of BeanzBeanz Derby gameplay. So, as you see on your screen right now, we have the 80s metric GM. This was released, I believe, late last week, maybe a few days before that. But yeah, this is a part of the RDP mod on Pateron. All the links that I will discuss in this video are in the description of this video. I will have to say this car is probably the most drivable car on the RDP mod as of right now. I myself am having a absolute blast driving this car. It is so fun. Yes, it's an 80s metric. Something you need to work on is, of course, the back end. These cars are very notorious for the back ends are dropping. Um, they do drop if you don't build them correctly. So it's all about self preference, really. So yeah, the 80s metric is finally out for the RDP mod. We finally get another 80s car to run with the 80s wire class, which is what this class is. We are on AmericanBeanz track number 7. It's probably one of my favorite tracks in the Beans track pack. That link to that description or that Pateron is also in the description below, along with the Mania, my Twitch, my Facebook, the Crazy Dale Creations track packs also in there. All the Patreon pages that I support are in there. And speaking of the Mini Mania mod, they also released something. As you see right here, they released the Ford Pinto. There is like a regular Pinto or sedan, and there is a Pinto wagon. I will actually mess with that during the next video, so if you guys are interested in seeing how that does, tune back in for the next episode. This episode, of course, we're going to start off with the 80s metric here, and we are also going to mess with a couple Blizzard Bash builds that I have. I have a old sedan, and I've got a 03 Bubble Vic that I'd like to try. And speaking of Blizzard Bash, that show is coming up at a much faster pace than we expected. A lot of us kind of lost track of time. That show is going to be streamed on Facebook, I believe, on the Realistic Derby Project's Facebook page. So if you're not following that page, I highly recommend you go to Facebook, search up Realistic Derby Project. I'll put a link to it in the description. And that show is actually going to be on October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. As of right now, I know that the qualifying side is going to be running on October 22nd, and the national teams are going to be running on October 23rd, and the features and B mains and round just everything else is going to be running on October 24th. I believe that's how it's going to be ran. I'm not 100% sure. The format has not been released yet, so if you're curious about the format of that team show, stick around and wait until it's released. And also there could be some filler heats with that, like one and done heats. So if you're not on a team and you want to run in Blizzard Bash, this is your chance. So all details for that will be posted on the RDP Discord. If you're not a part of that, I will also put a link to it in the description below. So enough of me talking. One more thing that I did want to discuss with you guys. I do want to thank you guys for subscribing to me, liking all my videos, watching my videos. I have been getting blown up with subscriptions lately. I'm not sure why, but I love it. I do want to thank every single one of you guys for tuning in and watching my videos. I do this purely for fun, to help you guys with my tutorials. That's why I post them. So um, I did get asked in one of my previous videos, not sure which one, but I did get asked, why do I not have a fancy intro and that kind of thing. Well, I like to keep things simple. I go in, edit the videos the way that I like it, and I just upload it. So anyway, enough of me talking. Let's get smashing. And for those of you wondering, I am not running the LS in this engine. This car is actually built for a specific rule set to a show possibly coming up in the beginning of December, and I may or may not be promoting that show. This rule set that this car is built to is a stock build, but I may tone it down just a bit to be like a 80s gut and go or something like that. Back end folded up pretty nice. Alright, time to use the front, see how it does. Also, shout out to BlackFlag Designs for making this sick skin. Definitely, if you are in the need for a badass skin for your BeanzG cars, or if you need a roof sign, door wraps for your actual cars, check out BlackFlag Designs on Facebook. Tell them Vito sent ya. That was epic. She's starting to get hot. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, she's pretty much done now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Metric GM. I mean, like I said in the beginning of the video, I mean, you can get these back ends to roll awesome. Hump plates help a ton, I will say that. And the ride height. You definitely need to get the ride height correctly. The front end bends pretty accurately. I will say the person who helped Jesse make this knows his shit about the Metric GMs. So, alright, we are going to switch up tracks here. We're going to go to, let's go to track number 4. Do some limited weld. I think this time we're going to run the Bubble Vic, and then we're going to run the old sedan. Haven't run this skin in a while, so I figured I'd bust it out for this video. Alright, here we go. So, tech tip here. This is why, right here, why a lot of people run the Chrysler pointing, especially in RDP. I'm going to try and get a good angle of it here. So, as the front end kind of goes up on these cars with the pointing, it creates an angle on the front of the car. Let me try and find a car with a pointing other than mine. Well, here, let me back up and show you. You can see kind of how it's angled up. So what happens is the front bumper essentially becomes like a ramp, and whatever bumper that you go nose to nose with, it's going to ramp over that bumper and go straight into the radiator. So keep that in mind. See what I mean? Kind of creates a little angle up. That's for those of you who don't know. That car don't have a drive shaft. Huh. Well, looks like I won. Alright, we are going to switch up tracks here. And that will go with track number 1. And we're going to bring in the big guns. We're going to bring in the old sedan. Hope you guys enjoyed the last video that I uploaded. It was the Noise Inc. 3-man team show video. That was the most recent show that well, not the most recent, but the most recent team show I streamed. The most recent team show I streamed was actually Compact Carnage was over on my Twitch. That was actually a pretty good show. That show will actually end up on my YouTube here in the next few weeks. Not sure what in the hell is happening there. Alright, so this skin here was last year's Blizzard Bash team that I was on. I am actually not on that team this year. I'm on a completely different team. So, our sponsor name will be released soon. So, until then, it's a mystery. So, here we go. I'm pretty sure that shocker broke his drive shaft. Because the back end on that car is not in good shape. Yep. No drive shaft. That was a hell of a battle between me and that shocker. That was awesome. All right. So, with that being said, you guys, that is going to be the end of the episode. Once again, I thank every single one of you for tuning in every week and watching all my videos. If you did like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button if you haven't already. There are actually more of you who aren't subscribed to my channel that watch my videos than are subscribed. So if you aren't subscribed, please feel free to hit that big red subscribe button. With that being said, you guys, that's all for this episode. The next episode will have the Ford Pinto in it. So until then, you guys, stay safe and nug life.